Good afternoon, Smite fans, and welcome into Week 4 of the SPL. But you're right to point out, Radiance have not lost yet, man. And I mean terms of games played and overall sets. They are looking like the clear bar that everyone else must measure themselves against. And Rival, who, for my money coming in, looked like the strongest team this year, I think they finally found their groove as well. That's why this first matchup is so critical between Radiance and Rival, to see exactly are Radiance as far ahead as we think, or a team like Rival, who were runners-up at Worlds last year, and now with some roster changes, can they knock them off of that throne and start to get closer to grabbing that #1 spot for themselves? I don't know about this one. This feels like there's going to be some hands thrown right away here, Mifflin. Game #1 and possibly our biggest set yet. I'm handing it down to Dulce.
And so Yamoja with those Riptides can actually be a huge help in that regard. You can provide a portal that'll knock you back towards your team, and that might be the difference maker in keeping some of these backliners alive.
And you can see what PBM, at least at the moment, is looking to do. Aurora moved in to try to take away that purple buff. Oh, it's the perfect body block. No way, that's going to be first blood in this matchup. I can't believe it. Panda Cat, PBM, they pin Aurora into the corner and steal away first blood.
I mean, this is an early game draft for Rival. It's not necessarily that they should be up 2,000 gold at this point, but they want to group and invade as much as possible.
And maybe find a gank in the long lane. That's a silence down onto Cyclone, but he does have the dash back. Meanwhile, Fireworks over in the solo lane. Fino K down beneath his tier 1 tower. One more charge for Benji, but he won't hit it. And this one fizzles out with a non-successful gank in the solo lane. That opens up the door for Team Rival. Now to pull out this Gold Fury. Sam for Soccer playing zone. Drops down the apple onto Cyclone spin. Captain Twig. What a shot, and Team Rival grabs the Fury as well. Stunned down onto Aurora. It's the King's ransom for Rival. Gold Fury and a couple of kills.
It's huge because Cyclone can't teleport in. He's crippled. It does a ton of damage to him. He doesn't have Aegis at this point in the game, so he's just holding that damage at that point. And then it frees up Sam for Soccer to use that execute on Aurora instead.
PBM drops the boulder down onto Adapting. Bad to worst here for Radiance. And Cyclone Spin obviously not shying away from engagements with Panda Cat, despite being 2 levels behind. So, while that early kill didn't mean much at the moment, might get worse here though. Panda Cat looking for a little bit of damage. Sam for Soccer finally grabs a kill in this game. Will take to the skies. But Adapting will make his way beneath the tier 1 tower, and I think that's all she wrote for this one. You know, just don't feed, and we'll be happy. And now he's really starting to pivot to a point where he's making a meaningful contribution. Primal Fury pulled out, though, by Team Rival. Sam for Soccer will float up above just to maybe get some vision, and instead jumps down onto Big Man Tings, who's stunned. Has to use both the actives and the flicker, but PBM is there with the driving strike to confirm the kill. It's a mirror of what we saw earlier. It's Fury and a kill for Team Rival. A dash and both of his actives, something Rival might be able to take advantage of later on, but instead Radiance, realizing there's a numbers discrepancy, will pull their first kill of the game as Adapting knocks down Captain Twig. Finally something going for Radiance. There is a counter rotation back from Team Rival. Benji might be the ire of Rival's eye here. Aurora stunned down. Fino K is indeed taken low. A nice stun onto Benji will counter out maybe a follow-up engagement.
I think it's very natural for Rival to look at a lot of their games and go, well, what if we just don't let them get there?
These are an important next 5 to 10 minutes. It's going to be Fury as Polar Bear Mike ends up dropping as the sacrificial lamb there for Team Rivals.
Overall, yes, I think Rival is not trying to force too much. I mean, you look at the player damage numbers, they're all pretty low across the board, outside of the solo lane where Final K gets to chop at the tree that is Jormungandr for a large majority of the game for free. It seems like Rival is still staying really focused on objectives.
Oh, that is the freest 1v1 of Sam's life, and this objective is on Cyclone Spin, but still trying to maybe dissuade Radiance from looking towards vision control in this right side jungle.
Good poke by Big Man Tings. They know Sam doesn't have an ultimate, so this River's Rebuke is very important, but look at the scythe damage, still not enough. Thanks to healing from Aurora, Adapting is able to put him down. That's huge. It lets him finish as Deathbringer, and now Adapting gets a huge boost in viability in these team fights.
The Fire Giant question is always when, and Team Rival's answer is now. 10% HP, Benji in range. River's Rebuke will separate this fight, but Rival haven't pulled off the FG just yet. Fine, okay, has to dash his way out. Down comes Sam for Soccer onto Adapting, but the crits in the lockdown is enough. Rival does secure the FG, but they trade out their jungler Is the disengage going to be clean? Is the next question that needs answering. Good knockback there from Aurora, forces the blink through from PBM, and he's able to get out to safety. So it's Fire Giant, but you lose one member. Team Rival, call it a pull ahead. Moving in just behind. Not backing just yet are members of Radiance. Maybe completing this tier 1 tower first, but realizing Aurora and Big Man Tings may be in some trouble, the rest of Radiance will make their way back to base. Sam for Soccer into the ultimate, looking, and he finds Aurora. Stuns down on one, but remember, a couple ultimates are down. Really, only Cyclone Spin has his, but he's found a kill with the Captain Twig drops. So does the mid lane Phoenix, but a killing spree for Panda Cat re-engages here for Team Rival. A massive fight for Radiance to defend in their base, but Rival, they'll think twice, take the Phoenix, and head on out. Really is amazing how my caster's curse has kind of come to the forefront over the last couple of days. Time and time again yesterday with Hindu, I talked about Captain Twig being a real contributor early in this game and started to slow down a little bit moving into this late game. Nice double stun and knockback there, both in the same ability for PBM, and a River's Rebuke will separate the fight once more. Aurora very defensive with these so far this game. Big Man Tings, and Aegis won't save your life this time. Ripping through comes the Sonic Boom from Adapting Aggro. This is a massive fight. PBM, though, finds the second for Rival, but 2 for Radiance will answer back. Still a little bit split, and that's a good stagger in the mid onto Benji. PBM catching a few of those crits. No World Serpent for the Jormungandr, and Captain Twig will have the damage to finally put him down. Nice beads there, or a nice immunity from Aurora to get out. But it's 3 versus 2. Rival may be feeling confident to look at this Titan.
Adapting no relics, so he's going to be able to do a lot of damage here, but cannot afford to get CC'd if they want to defend this Titan.
Well, they have the third man in the Titan. If you're Radiance, Aurora is very low here. Titan swinging away for enough damage. They haven't killed the Emoja just yet. Made you look, it connects, and Adapting will go in, but Panda Cat shuts him down. The Titan moving its way towards half health. Aurora needs to defend. 1 second on the Big Man Ting's respawn timer. Look at how low the Team Rival health bars are, and they seem to agree with me. Realizing that Merlin is back, they will disengage, and they won't try to end the game just yet. Now late game Hachiban, he's unstrapped the boots and put a Titan's Bane into his backpack, so Benji will be feeling those auto attacks just a little bit more. The Fire Giant is certainly going to be the next target here for Team Rival. Aurora catches the apple, so that's an early ultimate used here by Captain Twig. Sam for Soccer looking for the dunk down, and Aurora is immediately executed. Big play from Sam for Soccer. Thorns popped by Fino K, and that might be the advantage that Team Rival need. You do have to be careful here if you're Radiance. You know, teams will kind of do that fake disengage, but luckily there's enough word coverage from Radiance that spots out Team Rival. Now starting the enhanced Fire Giant, a 1v1 in the mid lane. Cyclone Spin has to use the Aegis. What are you doing taking that one? Sam for Soccer wins at Cyclone Spin. 1 minute on the death timer. Fire Giant taken low. Team Rival will finish this one up. Now it's Benji who's locked down. He does not have the World Serpent. Aggro, 2 members down on Radiance for at least 45 seconds, 5 members strong for Rival.
Then this game might be still going, but as it stands, looks like it might be over.
Adapting needed to pull out another magic trick here, but doesn't have it this time. A River's Rebuke maybe pulls this one back, but Aggro, I don't think it's going to be enough. Team Rival move their way into the Radiance Titan. They will take it down. Sam for Soccer finishes on a rampage, and Team Rival, they swing first.
Them down. A Rival hand Radiance their first individual game loss. Can they seal the deal in game 2?
Some good ultimates, which to be fair is not automatic. On an Ola run, they will have some good outside setup, thanks to the River's Rebuke as well.
Goodbye.
Aurora stun down. See you later, says PBM. First blood, still in the long lane, still for Team Rival, and still sub 3 minutes.
Up against Umoja, and I think that Radiance, better than any other team in the league, has looked prepared and ready to beat Umoja against PK. Neil Ma got it and was just completely neutralized in that matchup. I don't know if it's going to work now, though.
Sam is back for the counter gank, and a beautiful portal back for PBM. Aurora can't get out, no way. Sam for Soccer on the return gank to the long lane. That's 2 kills in 3.5 minutes for Team Rival. Try to stay even and keep himself useful in a lot of these fights. He's got himself a 1-level lead over Big Man Tings.
And that's what you're looking for the Yola run, to get closer and closer towards that late game.
Oh, remember, it was PBM who got picked because of an overextension in game number 1, and Lots of ultimates will confirm a death for PBM here in the jungle, but Sam for Soccer, he's returned to the left side of the jungle to the tune of a double kill, and now maybe a Gold Fury for Team Rival. Agri, you talk all the time about maybe your job is just to die. Well, PBM, he baits 2 kills for Sam for Soccer.
And survive as best you can in mid.
And I think this has to be double scary for Radiance. We talked almost a couple minutes into this game about how Team Rival scales, especially when they're already ahead this far. It's a good sanctified field. Remember, Sam for Soccer, he's got 3 kills. He's on a killing spree. He'll take 2v1s, 2v2s any day of the week, and he rotates through to the tune of a kill onto Adapting Aurora, taken low, and Captain Twig will notch his first kill of the game. Big Man Tings makes it out alive, but it's another 2 for none for Rival.
Staggered. They were taken aback so much by what Rival was putting out on the map, they never got a chance to try and find those picks that should be pretty easy.
Oh, and that's another good portal back onto Adapting, who has to drop the Fear No Evil and won't find anything for it. Looks like Benji maybe looks to get aggressive here, as Polar Bear Mike will toss the waves up to the side of this engagement, and they'll crash down onto no members of Radiance as the disengage is complete. But hey, wouldn't you guess it, the Fury is respawned, and Team Rival will make the 5-man rotation back.
Now Gold Fury's looking ripe for the taking. Rival still has that sanctified field as well. Could be huge.
Final K does get pulled back by Big Man Tings, and he is taken low. Aurora will find the stun, and the Fury has been reset. Team Rival move in. Big Man Tings taken low. Sam for Soccer, 4 kills to his name. Will feel comfortable taking any of these fights. Sanctified field from Captain Twig, a bit off the mark, but it has slowed down Benji, who pops the thorns just to extend his life a little bit. Now this is a 5v4 fight for Team Rival. Can the disengage come quick enough for Radiance? Sam for Soccer answers my question with a double kill of his own as he improves to 6-0 in this game. This Pele is having herself a game. And that's something that we haven't seen a whole lot here recently. I imagine these are the types of games that are tough to break down because it's so linear, and this keeps happening over and over and over again. 7-0-1 goes Sam for Soccer. Final K has some support from the other 3 members of Team Rival who aren't soloing Cyclone Spin over in the long lane, and it'll finally be Tier 1 Tower on the right side of the map taken down by Team Rival. And you know, I see this rotation from Adapting and Big Man Tings, and I'm wondering if that's what you want to even go for with Sam for Soccer. Aurora locked down. Panda Cat snags the 11th kill of the game here for Team Rival. It's a 4-man wrecking ball down the short lane.
And when Mifflin's on the desk talking about Umoja not having great initiation, so you pick this Sobek to enhance it, I think that's a great point that he makes. As Sam still has beads, so he's chilling, and he can turn and burn Adapting if he really wants to. But it's just the single target CC is enhanced by the Sunder so well.
Benji looking to maybe steal away FG, and
wow.
He completes it. No way, that's maybe Radiance's way back into the game. He loses his life for it, but it's still 3 members left alive for Radiance as Aurora had just been respawning. What a steal from Benji. Maybe gives a ray of hope for Radiance.
I think Benji might have stolen that. You can cancel your 2, you can shoot your 2, that reflective mirror, while channeling your Dazzling Offensive. And I don't think it was a Dazzling Offensive strike that got it. Yeah, he shot his 2 and stole it. What great timing by him. Panda Cat just a hair early. Does cost you 2 ultimates, though, because of that paranoia from Rival. So that is relevant to not have that Sanctified Field or River's Rebuke.
That's Fear No Evil onto Sam, and maybe that's what it takes. A couple ultimates down onto the Pele. And still Sam somehow isn't sweating as he walks his way out, and his actives are just now coming back up and might have to use them here, and it's the Blink that is used more recently. So Fire Giant still on. 5 members of Team Rival. 3 ultimates down for Radiance. Could be Rival maybe looking for a fight. That's a 4-for-1 split. How will Radiance respond? And it's Adapting off to the side. Does not have the Fear No Evil. Sam for Soccer will solo this Phoenix in the snap of a finger. And that's what he has done here, as Radiance has actually sent a couple of members through. He solos the Phoenix, solos Adapting. You gotta be kidding me. Sam for Soccer, put the team on your back. Panda Cat knocks down Aurora 23 minutes in, 2 Phoenixes down. Rival, they're on the doorstep of knocking down Radiance for the first time.
Man, they aren't scared at all, too. Sanctified Field right in. Sam trying to find his way in.
Well, it might be the death breath here for Radiance. That's Big Man Tings, who's knocked to the side. Rival have finally done it. Radiance not only lose their first game, but they lose their first set in aggro. Game 1 is 30 minutes. This one is like 23. Talk about a demolition from Rival.